Hi Cancer, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly report for the month of September 2022. It has been a very intense summer. We had a very rare alignment with Uranus, the planet of brilliance, chaos, and surprise. Uranus takes 84 years to transit, and it's transiting in the fixed Earth sign of Taurus. It met up with the North Node of Karma, which represents our collective future and collective destiny. And they met up on July 31st. Uranus had not been in Taurus, pairing up with the nodes of fate in the Taurus-Scorpio axis since January of 1939, when Uranus met up with the South Node of Karma in the sign of Taurus. So this is not very frequent, and Uranus wakes you up, it shatters illusions, it breaks you out of your comfort zone in order to originate a whole new you. It can be very unsettling, it can bring shocks and surprises. It can also bring out of the blue opportunities, particularly when the North Node of Fate is involved. And for you, this unusual pairing occurred in your house of friends, groups, community, and networking. And it could be a very cosmic invitation for something magical that, an opportunity to connect with somebody out of the blue, maybe a new friendship, a new romance. The North Node is transiting in the fixed Earth sign of Taurus through July 12th of next year, which is Cancer season. And Venus, which is one of the benefics of the zodiac, rules the sign of Taurus. And with the North Node, it's about going towards what you want to create of value. What do you love? What brings you happiness? For you, again, it's in your house of friends and groups. We're in a very alienating time, but yet it's a time where you need friends, you need support, you need community. And if you're promoting yourself, if you have your own business, if you're looking for a job, this is a phenomenal opportunity to connect with people that could bring chances and of a lifetime. So that part of it is exciting, but Uranus does bring chaos, it can bring accidents, and it's very impulsive energy. It raises your anxiety. So we're all working with that as well. And it definitely, I've been wearing this labradorite pendant for almost a month, and I don't think I'm taking it off anytime soon, because labradorite helps with anxiety, and I find it helps me. So that's one thing going on. We're about to approach a lot of, and Uranus retrograded on August 24th, so that energy you feel 5 days before and 5 days after, emphasizing the very unpredictable, anxious energy. Now, as we begin the month of September, we're approaching retrograde energy. The sun is transiting in the mutable the sun is transiting, yes, in the mutable Earth sign of Virgo. It's transiting in your house of local community. It's the house of learning and teaching and communication. Mercury is about to retrograde on September 9th. It will retrograde at 8 degrees and 55 minutes of the cardinal air sign of Libra. It's retrograding in your house of home, family, and emotional foundation. Family and home and getting your needs met are a big emphasis this fall. Mercury originally retrogrades in Libra, but on September 23rd, it's going to return to the sign of Virgo, transiting in your house of local community and information. And you probably will get a lot of information. You may hear from people from your distant past, maybe people you grew up with or you haven't spoken to in a while. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, is still transiting in the fixed fire sign of Leo, in your house of income and money and what you value. Venus is fun in Leo. It's not going to be there much longer. And Mars entered the mutable air sign of Gemini, where it's going to be for a long time. It's going to be there through March 26th. It's transiting in your house of dreams and spirituality and the unconscious mind. And it will be in Gemini through March 26th. It retrogrades on October 30th at 25 degrees of Gemini. It stations direct on January 12th at 8 degrees and 8 minutes of Gemini. So it's in your house of endings and unfinished business, and also the unconscious mind, really focusing on spiritual practice, on facing psychological issues that maybe you haven't dealt with in order to evolve. So a lot of focus also on your imagination. It can be a very creative energy, and I think very spiritually driven. So we begin the month on September 1st. Mars, which is the planet of drive and action, forms a helpful aspect to Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance. Jupiter is still transiting at the top of your chart in your house of career and life goals in the sign of Aries. It will return to the final 2 degrees of Pisces from October 28th through December 20th. But Mars-Jupiter energy is good for you for trusting your intuition and having good fortune with goals that you have in mind, and professionally it's helpful as well. On September 4th or September 5th, depending on where you live, Venus, the planet of love and money, enters the mutable earth sign of Virgo, where it will be through September 29th, and it's transiting in your house of communication and friends and local community, and so that's good for connecting with others. It's excellent for creative writing projects, promoting yourself, maybe doing some marketing campaigns. And then on September 9th, Mercury officially retrogrades at 8 degrees and 55 minutes of the cardinal air sign of Libra in your house of home and emotional security, re-examining and reassessing how you can get your needs met, how you can get more organized in your living space, and if you have your own business, how you can be more productive in doing business from home or on your own. It will return to the sign of Virgo, re-entering your house of communication. Again, getting a lot of information, a lot of learning to propel you forward as well. And so we've got Mercury retrograde. It's a re-examination period. Mercury officially entered its shadow on August 21st when it got to 24 degrees of Virgo. And that's the degree at which it will station direct on October 2nd. So now we're in Mercury retrograde. I don't think it's a huge deal because Mars is a bigger deal to me. So if there are things you need to do, new projects, don't bother with Mercury retrograde. It happens 4 times a year. Maybe there are things you will tweak or redo. Mars retrograde from October 30th through January 12th is a bigger deal because it's a personal planet that propels you forward, and it only retrogrades once every 2 years. For you, it rules your house of career and life goals. So not a time to propel something new or launch something new, more of a time to reevaluate how you can be productive. And for you, it's releasing the past and it's diving in spiritually. So now we've got Mercury retrograde. On September 10th, there is a full moon that takes place at 5:59 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And this full moon occurs at 17 degrees and 41 minutes of the mutable water sign of Pisces. And this full moon takes place in your house of hope and optimism and manifestation. If you've been doing some manifesting work, this can bring form to things that you've been trying to magnetize into your life. It's a very sensitive sign. It's a fellow water sign. And realistically, there will be some endings and release. It's the final sign of the zodiac, and it's very sensitive energy, and you're also very sensitive. So good for clearing blocks to bringing manifestation in your life. And that's a way to think of it, because Jupiter will return to Pisces towards the end of the fall or in the middle of the fall. And again, it will return to your house of manifestation and hope, really expanding that area of your life in a challenging world. And on September 11th, the sun forms a helpful trine to Uranus, very innovative energy, good for you for networking and connecting with others. On September 16th, Venus squares Mars. That can be sexy energy, but it can be challenging and tense and combative. Sun opposes Neptune, and it could be draining information. You might feel tired in promoting yourself. That is draining energy. On the 17th, the moon enters the mutable air sign of Gemini, more social energy for you. It's good for tapping into your dreams and imagination. And that's a big focus for you for several months with Mars in your house of spirituality and dreams. Taking action to work with your dreams. That's very important. And then on September 18th, let's see, the sun opposes, Mercury opposes Jupiter. And that could have a lot going on. For you, it could be, I think it's lucky energy. It could be lucky opportunities with relatives or professionally. And the sun trines Pluto that day. And that is a good day for romance and feeling empowered. Pluto has been transiting in your house of relationships for several years, since 2008 when it initially entered Capricorn. So that's positive energy on that date. On September 19th, Venus trines Uranus, and that is when two planets are 120 degrees apart. It's a very lucky flow of energy, and that could bring out of the blue networking. It could bring connections socially, and it's a lot of fun. It's very creative and inventive energy. On September 22nd, we have the fall equinox in the northern hemisphere and the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere. And it's one of two times of the year when the sun is directly above the equator, and it's equal day and equal night. And the sun will be transiting in the cardinal air sign of Libra through October 23rd, lighting up your house of home and security, which is a big emphasis this fall. And the sun shines wherever it transits, so it brings more light to that area of your life. And I cast a chart for the solstice because it's a time to honor the energy for the season ahead. And I cast it for Washington, D.C. It has Taurus ascendant with Uranus, the planet of ingenuity and madness, conjunct the north node of karma, breaking out of your comfort zone to create magic and invention in a time that we need that. We need visionaries right now, and I think we are in a world of a lot of visionaries, and that we're probably birthing a lot of visionaries these next couple of years with the times that we're in. And so that is very important to me, you know. And let's see. And so the other thing too is the sun and Mercury are conjunct at the world point in Libra, which is ruled by Venus, a very creative sign, and opposing Jupiter. There are a lot of planets in the fifth house of creativity and love and self-expression. Opposing Mercury and the sun are opposing Jupiter, diving into your dreams and manifestation and compassion in order to heal, tapping into love in order to heal. Big focus. And Venus rules the chart because Taurus ascendant is ruled by Venus. So love gets you through. And Venus is technically in its fall position in Virgo, and maybe there's work to be done to get there, but that's fine, you know. And on September 23rd, the sun meets up with Mercury, good for communication and for networking. For you, a lot of networking and communication. And then Mercury re-enters the sign of Virgo, and it returns to your sign of local networking and marketing and sales and teaching and learning. and a lot of focus on learning and up-leveling your skills to teach and to promote yourself, and reassessing how you're selling if you're in business, your commerce. And then let's see, on September 24th, Venus opposes Neptune, and that could bring confusing information. Maybe there is some deception in some way, or just misunderstandings in relationships and financial situations. On September 25th, there is a new moon that takes place at 5:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 2 degrees and 49 minutes of the cardinal air sign of Libra, in your house of security and home. The new moon is always a time to plant new seeds and set intentions. It's a time to do the law of abundance, to bring in opportunity for you. Again, it's really focusing on your security, on your loved ones, on your family. And Venus, which rules the sign of Libra, forms a beautiful trine to Pluto, the planet of empowerment. So that brings an up-leveling through love and beauty. And then on September 26th, Mercury meets up with Venus, and that's a really nice energy for promoting yourself and feeling creative. And on that day, the Sun opposes Jupiter, and that could bring a lot of, I don't think that's negative, it's excessive energy. Maybe you're really busy at work, maybe you're really busy at home, but there's an optimistic tone to the energy. On September 27th, Mercury trines Pluto, and that's excellent for up-leveling communication. And then Mars trines Saturn, and that's good for getting things done and feeling like you can stabilize what you're trying to achieve. And Mars is transiting in your house of dreams and imagination, so anchoring what you're trying to magnetize and working on your dreams. And on September 29th, Venus enters its rulership. It enters the cardinal air sign of Libra, where it will be through October 23rd, and it will bring love and beauty to your area of home and family. Excellent for decorating, excellent for business if you have your own business, bringing financial opportunities and happiness within. I wish you a lot of luck, Cancer, and thank you very much.